Hi there, Padre Phil again. I've decided not to wear the clerical collar today and I've gone for a t-shirt instead. Hey, it's nearly the summer. I wore the collar for the first few videos just to prove to you that I'm legit. I'm a Church of Scotland minister and a retiring army chaplain. But I prefer the more informal approach to life, so expect to see a few more t-shirts. I found a drawer full of them. Anyway, each t-shirt I'm going to wear over the next little while has a logo on it. And if you can tell me the significance of each logo or tell me a story associated with each t-shirt and post that to our Facebook page, the address of which you'll find at the end of the video, then in return I will offer up an extra pair to the Almighty on your behalf. Now, you can't get a better deal than that, can you? Seriously though, if you recognize the t-shirt, I'd love to hear from you and we can share a few stories. Anyway, as our leaders discuss the lifting of the lockdown and our hopes are raised that life can return to normal after the COVID-19 crisis and we can go back to our supermarkets, our coffee shops, our restaurants and our cinemas, I'm looking forward to all of that. But it's also got me thinking, I don't know that I want to go back to seeing things how they used to be. After all, how things used to be is what got us into this mess in the first place. As any of you who have ever had a computer virus will know, viruses of any kind are devastating. And with a computer virus, often the only option is a factory reset, a reformat of the hard drive. If you try to operate your computer with the old settings, the virus will continue to infect your system and things will get worse. You have to start again. You have to reset the rules and rebuild the whole operating system. As we look to get back to normal after COVID-19, I don't think we should be going back to how things were. I think we need to realize that how things were, the values and the morals by which we have led our lives, had a large impact on how this devastating virus came to be so devastating. It's time to reformat our hard drive, I feel. It's time to rebuild a society by different rules. It's time to reset our values and standards and begin to do things differently. In the history of our planet, there have been many reformats of life. Even the Bible speaks of some of these. The flood of Genesis chapter 6, the Tower of Babel in Genesis chapter 11, the Babylonian exile, the birth of Christ, the death of Christ, and the book of Revelation speaks of a time to come when there will be a new heaven and a new earth. These are all global, life-changing, reformatting events. Yet ultimately, any reformat is a personal thing. It's you and I as human beings rebuilding our lives. It's us who will bring the change that's needed. In Luke chapter 15, we read a story of a rebellious son who ran away from his home with his father's money and spent it living the high life. When the money was gone, he came to his senses. He realized that there was more to life than material passing pleasures, and so he returned home to his family. We have been in a society that spends its time consuming and enjoying the material stuff. That may be gone now, I don't know. But the opportunity to reformat after this virus, to rebuild our lives differently around things that are more important, should not be missed, lest we end up where we are now again in the future. I don't want things to return to how they were. I think it's time to reformat our personal hard drive and rebuild life around the values that are really important. God bless. Ta-ta for now.